Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where I discuss with you everything about the stock market's action today, the wrap up of the day, how the day went by in terms of stocks and sectors that were in focus, and what can you expect from the markets going forward from here. All of those highlights coming up your way, so do stay tuned onto with me over the next 4 to 5 minutes. First up, the closing action. Well, the markets ended on a lower note after a very choppy session that we saw in today. They definitely recovered some of the opening losses by the noon trade, but ended in the negative zone among the dull global cues that we were seeing. So the Sensex ended above 59,000. That's a positive, but down 170 odd points or 0.3% in trade. The Nifty ended 31 points lower or just flat with a negative bias at 17,624, giving up that 17,650 mark. The broader markets, however, bucked the trend. The mid cap and the small cap indices both ended in the green with 0.5% and 0.75% increase in mid cap and the small cap indices, respectively. Among the sectors, it was the Nifty Auto Index that fell over 1%, the big drag on the markets. The Nifty Pharma, however, gained about 0.8%. So the defensive majors were actually coming in up in trade to stem the losses for the markets today. Tata Motors, Bajaj Auto, IndusInd Bank, M&M, Maruti, Bharti Airtel, ICICI Bank. These were the top losers for the markets today. On the flip side, you had the cement majors holding strong in today's trading session despite the weaker sentiment. Shree Cement, Ultratech Cement, Adani Ports, Coal India, Britannia, SPI Live, Grasim, and BPCL were the top gainers today. Now, remember the 3 day public issue of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank has seen robust subscription levels on the final day. The IPO was subscribed over 2.7 times, with the retail portion subscription at 6 times. NII's portion was subscribed at 2.7 times, and QIB portion at 1.6 times as well. So, another IPO coming in your way right there. Looking forward to the listing now going forward from here. Now, of course, when we also talk about some of the other moving factors or the highlights in today's trading session, the top contributors in the markets fall today were ICICI Bank in terms of weightage, HDFC Bank, Reliance Industries, HDFC, and Bharti Airtel. All of them really contributed to the drag in the markets today. Apart from this, we are also going to be keeping a key eye out on Dreamfolk Services, the newest entrant into the stock markets. Remember, the day one was a very strong day, 55% of a premium listing for Dreamfolks. Then the stock has been continuously moving up even on day two and day three. Will be definitely looked out for. Today, however, when we opened in the green, there was slight profit booking coming in towards the end of the session. The stock, in fact, ended with 1.3% losses. Some of the other highlights included that the market outperformance kept the market rate in favor of the bulls, with a ratio of advance to decline at 3 is to 2. Financials definitely dragged the markets with IndusInd and ICICI Bank being the top losers today. Autos underperformed with Nifty Auto being the top losing index. 4 out of the 5 Nifty losers were definitely auto stocks. So stocks definitely in the slowest lane today. Cement stocks surged on reports of price hikes coming in. Shree Cement, Ultratech, all of them up by 5 to 7%. Concord surged up to 15% on cabinet approval of the changes to the LLF. So that stock was definitely in focus. Adani Ports also saw a gain of 3%. Then Britannia and Godrej Consumers were gaining as global palm oil prices slipped to a 1 month low. We saw stocks like Federal Bank continuing to do on the downward move following the merger clarification. Astral Poly, Vodafone Idea, Dr. Lal Path Labs, NBCC, Z Entertainment were the top mid cap gainers today. We did see the rupee ending at 79.9 against the dollar, so some volatile move right there. The Brent crude ended was seen trading at 93.16 per barrel. So that was another factor that you need to keep an eye out on as far as the markets are concerned going forward from here. Astral Poly, definitely 5% upsurge is what we saw, with volumes kind of an uptick for this one. It ended at the day's high in today's trading session as well. Going forward from here, experts do believe that the markets could be very selective and stock specific, because we do not have a clear direction as far as the overall market movement in one direction is concerned. So we'll have to be very stock selective, and traders will need to be very cautious when they approach the markets in the current scenario, because the volatility is also very high, and there could be some more volatility as we approach the weekly expiry as well of the FNO. So keep that in mind. And of course, next week the markets will be reacting to some of the macro names and data. like IIP, inflation, those data will be coming about as well, and that will have some move in terms of the direction of the markets, what they take going forward from here. Suzlon was one stock that was in focus after 20% up circuit. This week we again saw the stock moving up 4% today, but the stock ended in the red with 2% almost downtick right there. Profit booking coming in, but there's huge speculation of Adani Group perhaps being interested in the company, and that's why the stock is under the watch list. And most of the traders and investors who are looking out for Adani Group stocks will also keep a keen eye on Suzlon as well. So you should also keep that stock in your radar because the stock has been continuously moving up. And with that, I wrap up this edition, but do stay tuned on to Business Today TV for catching up on all of the news from the world of business right up next on your screens. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now.